Look, 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 it's me, M3, but you already know.
It's me, M3. You were so funny. That is like hilarious.
So the other day, right, I had a girlfriend named, well, we'll just call her Ari. She had a little sister named Lizzie. See, I thought I'd buy her some edibles for her birthday because I'm a nice person and all that. So I was talking to my guy like, hey man, I can get some edibles. And he hooked me up with a bar. Now this bar of edibles was like, not like you see in the dispensaries or nothing like that. In the dispensaries, they have, it's usually 100 milligram bar, 10 milligram squares. So you know how much you're taking. Now this bar was just plain, just blank, nothing on it, maybe a little design, but it was not, you don't know how much you're taking if you take any. But anyways, I had got in my car and drove to Ari's house. So I got there, pulled up, everybody was chilling. I told Ari and Lizzie that I got the edibles and they wanted to try it, so we took a walk. You know, I broke a little piece off, you know what I'm saying? I have no idea how much I had, you know what I'm saying? I broke a little piece off. And then I did not know if I did enough. But I also know that people usually say, I did a little bit of it, didn't feel it right away, so I did more. So I was like, I'm not gonna be stupid like those people. And I'm just gonna do a little bit and then that's it. So I broke off a little piece and they had a little smoke, a little bit, and we was walking. So as we walking downtown, I am confused. Like, none of us had our phones on us because we was living in the moment, unlike you children today. But no, we was walking around. We didn't have our phones on, and we had no idea what time it was when we started, when we left. And I'm like, am I supposed to be feeling it yet? Because, you know what I'm saying, time went by, you know what I'm saying, the sun was going down, it was getting dark outside. And I'm thinking, like, I don't know if I feel it yet. And so we continued to walk, and we headed home. Now, when we got back to the house, Ari's mom told us Ari's daughter, which was like 9 months, 10 months old at the time, and she had fell off the bed when she was sleeping. And so we decided to stay in the house for the rest of the night, you know what I'm saying, just chill. We had the music playing, having a good time. Me and Ari ended up going in the room to put the baby back to sleep. We sat on the bed and was chilling. A good end to a good night, right? Now, if that was true, I wouldn't be telling you this story right now. So we was relaxing, and out of nowhere, Ari stopped talking and just sitting there, staring. And I was like, you good? And she shushed me. Shh. I'm like, I start to get worried, like, do you hear something? Like, what's going on? Like, she didn't say nothing. I'm like, what's happening? What's going on? And so, you know how they say if you lose one senses, all your other senses enhance? Like if you blind, you can hear better, or you can touch better, feel better. And so I thought about that. And I was like, if she hearing something, and we're sitting there in the dark already, let me close my eyes and try to pay attention to what I'm listening to. And I was trying my hardest. I was locked in. I was hearing everything. I can hear the wind blowing outside. I can hear the faucet in the bathroom dripping. I can hear that fly rubbing his hands together, straight plotting. And then she said, there, did you see that? So now I'm like, man, lady, I got my eyes closed. I'm thinking you hearing stuff, you shushing me. How you gonna shush me if you seeing stuff? And I'm even more nervous, like, bro, you seeing stuff now? Like, what you seeing? Like, I'm like, man, you might be tripping. I was like, what are you talking about? And then she was like, again, right there, did you see it? I'm like, what? She was like, the baby, look at her. And so I'm staring at the baby like, is everything all right? Like, what's going on? And then she was like, did you see that? I'm like, yeah, she's moving around like cranky because she can't sleep. I don't know. And she was like, here, hold her. And so I held her and she was like, there, you didn't see it? I'm like, what's happening? Like, I don't know. And she was like, she's twitching. I'm like, nah, I think you tripping. Like, she's just a little cranky, just moving around a little bit. And she's just trying to get back to sleep. We all right. And at that point, Ari started panicking. Like, she was panicking like, something's wrong. She took the baby back and was rocking her. I was like really, really nervous. And I'm like trying to calm her down. Like, we all right. Like, just hold her and like try to put her back to sleep. And she was like, no, she's in trouble. And so I'm like, here, let me go get Lizzie and see if Lizzie can see it, because I might be tripping too. So let me see if Lizzie can see it. So we go into the living room, call Lizzie in, and Lizzie's holding the baby now. And they was talking, and I decided, man, I need to sit down. And so I sat down on the couch. I looked up, and then all of a sudden, the world was like, I was like, oh my God. Like, I was staring right at them talking, had no idea what was said, what was going on. It was just like, dang, like everything hit me at once, and I'm like, this is crazy. Lizzie was saying like she didn't see it either. And so after X amount of time, I have no idea how long I was sitting there, spaced out. But I stood up eventually and was like, we're all right. Like, let's just try to put her back to sleep. There was no talking her out of this. Lizzie was trying to calm her down. I shouldn't have said nothing, but I tried to calm her down and it was not working. Ari called her mom in there now. So her mom is now in the living room with everybody, trying to figure out what is going on. And keep in mind, this was like late. We were sitting in the bed for a long time, like chilling. So it was like 1 o'clock at this point. Ari's mom was trying to figure out, like, I don't see anything either. And they was like, she's maybe moving around a little bit and that's what you're seeing. And Ari wasn't having it. Ari decided she got to take the baby to the hospital. I'm thinking like, that is the last place we want to be right now. But I was like, if the baby's in trouble, I'll take you. But then everything turned on me. She was like, no, I don't want you here. I don't want you to take us. Go home. And I'm like, you tripping. I followed him to the car and we was going back and forth about if I'm driving him or not. Eventually, his Ari mom came outside too and was like, y'all not about to do this outside. Like, Ari, you're not going by yourself. So Lizzie said, I'll ride with you. And they got in the car and they drove off. And so I'm still standing there watching a car drive down the street. And Ari's mom was like, so what are you going to do? I was like, I'm going to the hospital. She was like, you sure? I'm like, I got to. And she was like, you right. She was like, call me if anything goes wrong. And I'm like, that is a weird thing to tell me, but yeah, I'll call you. And I got in my car and I drove to the hospital.